Hi guys. I have been meaning to get around to doing this video for a little while now. I wanted to talk to y'all about the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and talk to you a little bit about my son. February 27th, 2017. I was at the doctor's office and my husband came in and he sat me down and said, Gavin killed himself. And I was like, not Gavin. I said, well, is he okay? You know, because it just did not make any sense to me. Gavin would never do something like that. And in fact, Gavin was not. That day completely changed me. I am not the same person that I was that morning. Not only has it changed me, it's changed my children completely. They are not the same people that they were. Some of us are more shut off. Some of us are grasping at straws. Everything's more heightened. When we're sad, we're really sad. When we are angry, we're really angry. Everything is just different. It's kind of hard to explain. In some ways, I'm a little bit better of a person. And in some ways, I'm not. I'm definitely less trusting than I was. Loss has a way of doing that to people. But in some ways, I'm more assertive and more vocal about what I need and what's important to me, because when you lose your child or anyone extremely close to you, you realize what's important, and that life is so short. When Gavin died, we had hopes, we had dreams, and when he died, those were gone. I mean, when he was here, I felt this sense of completeness. And he was the best big brother. He was stubborn. May have gotten it from me. But he was the kindest person that you would ever meet. He would give you the shirt off of his back. If you needed somebody to talk to you, Gavin was there. He would always make you smile. And he was funny. And he was so ridiculously smart. He was just an amazing kid. So, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is obviously very, very close to my heart for a lot of reasons. But since February 27th, 2017, I know of at least 10 teenagers that have died by suicide. And that's not including adults that I knew or knew of that have also died by suicide. I just got a phone call a couple hours ago that somebody extremely close to me just tried to take their life. They're currently in the hospital um, getting the help that they need, and I am so extremely grateful that they are where they are right now. You hear about celebrities dying by suicide. I mean, it's everywhere. I got on a suicide Facebook page yesterday, and there was a girl who posted about a year ago just pouring her heart out about someone that she had lost. And I got on her Facebook page just to kind of check on her, see, how she was doing now. And she died by suicide 7 days ago. This is an epidemic. People do not, they feel trapped. They feel like they have no other way out. And I can tell you, telling someone that is suicidal, you have so much more to live for. Think about these people. Think about how it would affect them. People that are suicidal genuinely believe that these people are better off without them. The suffering that someone that is suicidal feels is unbearable, and they don't know what to do anymore. I can tell you that half of the people that I know, including Gavin, that have died by suicide since Gavin died, were the last person that you would expect. I never in a million years would have expected it to be Gavin. I knew that Gavin was going through some stuff. Some of it was, typical teenage stuff, getting ready to transition and overwhelmed. But I've found that the very worst thing that you can do is not validate another person's emotions. What may seem minute to you is actually a really big deal to someone else. When we were growing up, if we were bullied at school, we could go home and they weren't there. It wasn't in our face. But children nowadays, they get bullied at school, and then there's social media, and they're getting bullied at home. They can't get away from it. These kids are so overwhelmed. There's so much pressure on their shoulders, telling them to just buckle up. You're gonna be fine. You can't imagine what I went through at your age. It was a whole lot worse. Stop doing that. Just stop. They need to be validated, because what they're feeling is real. Just because you don't understand it, just because it's not you, doesn't mean that it's not real. Doesn't mean that these people are not hurting. Take the time. Please take the time. Wow. I'm really, really sorry that you're going through this. What do you need from me? And they may not always know. And when you know that somebody's not doing very good, or they're struggling, or they're going through something, send them a message. Get dressed. We're going to lunch. Pop on over. Just show up to their house. Hey, just wanted to check on you. Sit down with them. Listen. Hear them. Try to help them get out of their comfort zone and not think about all those things, don't tell them you're going to be fine, because they most definitely do not feel fine. And when they don't feel fine, they feel even worse. Don't tell them that. Just stop. Be compassionate. Love people. Show them that you love them. If they're going through something, be there. Please. We've got to help people. Everybody's so shut off. You know, just be a good person. So, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, they do a lot of things. Um, they have the suicide hotline for people that are feeling suicidal. Um, they need funding for that. They do research to try to figure out what's going on in people's brains, you know, what needs to be done. They fund legislation for better mental health care. They provide counseling for families. They provide services for people that have been affected by suicide or that are suicidal, to get them the help that they need. They have the Out of the Darkness walk. The one that we are doing for Gavin is in October in Dallas. You know, and part of that walk is the big part of that walk is to raise awareness and to raise money for all of this research and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention hotline and legislation and counseling and whatnot. But it's also a community. It's a community of people that have experienced the loss that I have experienced firsthand. And it tells you that you are not alone in this fight. You don't have to do it alone. And I'm not going to lie, part of me, it's like, it's amazing. It's amazing that all of these groups of people get together to support one another and to do something really good out of something really devastating. But the other part for me is, wow, there is thousands of people that goes to these walks. They've all been affected by suicide. They've all lost someone that they love to suicide. Wow. So, if there's anything that you can do, please do. If you see somebody hurting, just be there. If you see somebody isolating, be there. Don't tell somebody you're fine. It's going to be okay. Be there. Love them. Love them where they are at, because they don't feel like there is any way out. If you can, donate even $5 to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. That would help tremendously. I think the suicide hotline is probably one of the biggest things for me that's important. I'm actually trying to work with the school that my daughters go to get the suicide hotline numbers on the back of student ID cards, along with anonymous crisis numbers. That way these kids will have access and they can reach out. And my hope is that I can save even just one life or one family or one sister or one brother from this pain. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm doing this. So, if anybody wants to talk, please PM me. If you need to talk at 3 o'clock in the morning, please message me. If you just need a vent, I'll listen. I care what each and every one of you are going through, and I need you to know that. And I mean it. Please message me, call me. I don't care. I'll be there. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you guys soon.